This video is going to teach you how to manage your EHR templates so that you can chart faster. Let's click on the third icon on your menu bar, which is the EHR section. And then you're going to click on the fourth icon on your EHR menu bar, which is another stethoscope, and it's a red icon. Let's click on that. This is going to be your EHR template module. You can search by name, you can show multiple, you can edit by clicking on the pencil, or you can delete by clicking on the trash can. You can browse through different pages, and of course you can also click on new to create a new template, which is what we're going to do now. Let's click on new. And the first thing you need to do is you need to add a template name. So this is going to be the title of what you're going to name your template. We're going to start with a basic soap note. And then you have a grayed out section where it says drag new section here. And your sections are on the top right corner. You're going to see this blue button that says section. You're going to drag that button into the gray area, which will then give you a division within your template. So you can create multiple sections in your template by clicking the section and adding and dragging. So let's take a look at the different features that you can do and drag within a section. You can add an image. You can add a text field within the same section or in a different section. That's going to be up to you. You can add a text area, a checkbox, a date field, a checkbox group. You can add a drop-down, a radio group. You can add a header and a paragraph. So within one section, I went ahead and added all of the available features to that specific section. I can clone a section if I want to by clicking on this icon, and it will clone. So let's do that. And there you go. It added a section with the same information. And I can also delete a section by clicking on this trash can, or I can delete a specific section within my existing section by clicking delete. So I can delete manually, or I can go in and delete the entire section. So let's just stay with one section here. There will be an edit section within each feature that you added in your text area, in your section. The image, if you click on it, will allow you to label the image, to create a help text, which is a small italic wording that is underneath the name of the field so that you know exactly what you're supposed to be putting or collecting data within that section. And then you can style it. And then you have the styling classes section where you have 12 columns available for that specific feature. Let me give you an example. This image is taking up 12 columns in your section. If I wanted to have multiple images side by side, I could come in here and let's say I want to add 3 images side by side in that specific section. I would come in and divide, well, if I have 12 columns and I want 3 images, that means each image would take up 4 columns. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And you see how my image size reduced to 4 columns, which means I can add side to side. I'm going to click and drag an image as well. And it's going to add underneath because they are all defaulted to take up 12 columns. All I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and say 4. There it is. And then I'm going to add my third image. Click edit. and select 4 and save it. And there are my 3 images side to side because each image is taking 4 columns, which adds a total of 12 columns. Each feature that you drag into your section will default to 12 columns. So if you want the column to be smaller so that you can add multiple features by line, just go ahead and with the container size and you'll be able to add that and make it more customizable to you. With the image feature, you can click on the icon of the image, select the image, but it will not be displayed on here. When you add this template to your patient's chart, that is when it will be displayed. The great thing about the image feature is that you can actually do markups, and I will show you that later in this video. The text field, you can go ahead and click on edit. Same thing, you can label the field, create a help text, change the styling. That's basically with any feature that you have. And let me tell you the difference between a text field and a text area. The text field is for you just to collect something short. Example, pain level. Your help text could be and let's click on save. So whenever you do collect that pain level, you can select 10, 5, etc. A text area is more of a paragraph. And then of course the paragraph here at the bottom is just like if you're writing a narrative. So there's different options that you have. The checkbox, of course, date fields, if you're going to collect date of injury, etc. A checkbox group. This would be great for like medical history where you can just check the medical conditions or select from a drop down. But if you go and click on edit and select from drop down, you'll have multiple options. And then the value options, you really don't have to worry about the value options because all it just collects is going to be the option 1, 2, and 3. And then there you have it. You can add more or you can just delete it. I'm going to go ahead and delete all my section and start over. We're going to do a basic SOAP. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my text area. I'm going to select and add 4. And so I'm going to click on edit. My text area will be subjective. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to do objective. Assessment, and plan. If I am already collecting information on my intake form that I want it to be transposed into my template, what I need to do is I need to add another text area, for example. We're going to go ahead and add it here. And I am going to select past medical history, and I'm also going to add family history. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and click save. And I'm going to show you the importance of intake forms to your EHR. So let's go back to the software. We're going to click on calendar. I'm going to come to the admin settings, my forms settings. And let's go ahead and select this form. So at the very bottom, I'm going to come in, I'm going to add my large text field. I'm going to put here past medical history, but in here I can go ahead and select from the template I just created, and I am going to select the field for past medical history. So what's going to happen is that when my patient enters the past medical history information here and they click on update or they send it to you, what we'll do in the EHR is that information that was brought over when you go ahead and select the patient, select that specific template, click on next. Whatever the patient entered in the past medical history box in their intake forms will be automatically transposed into this section so that you don't have to type it again. This is a great feature because you can do this with medications, you can do this with everything, and then after the medication gets brought over, then you can go ahead and enter it in your widgets. So that's a great way for you to expedite your charting. Let's go back to the template, and you can also enter information. For example, pre-type information, you can save it. And when you go to the patient and add that template, there it is. So you can be very specific. If, for example, this is going to be a template for your diabetic patients, you can preset most of the things that you are already doing with your diabetic patients so that you don't have to start from scratch every single time. If I go back to my templates, you can see that I have, for example, an IV therapy. I have the image of how it's supposed to look so your assistants can know exactly what to do or how it should look. And then you have the ingredients, the ml, everything else that you need. You can have the total of solution, the date order, the durations, the frequency. You can make ordering notes, instruction notes, and pretty much be able to add it to a patient. The same thing with the massage note. You can enter the duration of the treatment, the image, and actually, let me show you with this. Let me go back and show you how it would look. I'm going to select the massage. I'm going to click on next. There it is. So there's my massage note. The duration of the massage was 60 minutes. And then in here, I can click on markup image. And I can select, for example, okay, well, I'm going to mark the pain. The pain is going to be on the shoulder and the arm. So there's that. I'm going to do a trigger point. There. I'm pretty much marking it. I can make different colors, make annotations if I want to. And I'm going to click on save. And there are my annotations. And then I can come and say, okay, well, the level is a 7. It's a dull pain. Pretty much be able to enter the information, which is quicker for you to be clicking on something than to be typing. There you go. And then once you're done, you click on save. And there's your massage note. You can actually dictate your chart note. So if you are in an iPad or if you have a dictation device on your computer, you can start dictating and the software will recognize that. And it's actually really good with medical terms. So that'll be also something that can save you some time. And there you have it. All the templates available that you can create are going to be on this icon on your EHR section.